Hello everyone, welcome back to Islands of Insight. This is GW speaking. I'm here in Autumn Falls because it looks like there's quite a few puzzle types I want to find in here. Actually, that's not it. There's some hidden pentads here in Autumn Falls today. There's some... Well, there's not much in this, just a pattern grid. I definitely want to go for that. We got a few glide rings we can grab, and we have a flow orb we can grab. These are all important things in my world. There's always plenty of those. A few match 3s we can go for. Try to finish those off. And some fractals just to get those out of the way. So yeah, a lot of different things we can have. The music playing is wrong. I don't know why, but it's just the wrong soundtrack. Let's just start by running around, and if we find a puzzle radar to help guide us to the really special puzzle types we're looking for, like pattern grids, we'll do that. Those can't connect to each other. All numbers off by 1. That's always my favorite. Sarcasm. Don't make 4 in a row dark cells. This 2 could move up, but then it would have to move up twice. Connecting dark cells does force me to do this. Is there anything else? This 8 can go. This 8 can go up here. The 4 can become a 5. It would be like this, or it could be like this, or like this. This dark cell area has to go through here for sure. I don't want to make 4 in a row dark cells, so I do have to block. Yeah, so that's going to force me there. I do have to do this. Can't have 4 in a row. So I could do this and make a 7. Well, that's going to go through. And so now this has to come through this way. Like so. So this becomes a 9, and that's, yeah, it's just kind of boring. Let's, ooh, there's an interesting sky drop heading out this way. There's a lot of sky drops here I can do. I like that. Okay, got a red one here. Looking for a green one? There we go. How do I see both of those? Do I have to go over here? Yeah. Nice. Weird. Oh, I see. That's what that is. I heard it. There it is. So this guy here, where is the green one? Maybe it's this direction? It's not this one, although that is a green one. Oh, hey, there's a match 3. That's one of the ones I'm looking for. I do have to worry about breaking this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I either want to break... Well, I could do this and then lose. But I do have to break all 4 of these in one go. If I did it this way, I would definitely lose. If I did it like this, I feel like moving it to the left is nice, but I have to do it without everything collapsing. So like this. There we go. That's an interesting one. Okay, so where is the other piece of this guy? Oh, right there. And then this one doesn't seem to have a partner anywhere nearby. But I can see, although there is an archway here. Oh, this must go up. Get these out of my... Ah! those out of my way. Where else would you hide? It could be on top of the building, although I do see the logic grid that's up there. Might as well do it since it's been bugging me. So don't make squares of any kind and connect all cells of all kinds. So we do have to do this. Now having a dark square here would cause dark squares all in here. So we can't have that because we'd have squares. So we can only put a dark cell here, which means all of these have to be light. We would have the same issue with the dark cell here. It would have to connect all the way down. In fact, a dark cell here would also cause the same thing. If this is a dark cell, we have to go all the way down. So this has to be light. So does this, because once again, we can't bring it down. This is the furthest down the dark cell can go. So these are all light, which means these are dark, and we're done. I like that one. Good puzzle. Oh boy. There is no way to make 5 going across without making this a dark cell, so that finishes off that 4. There is no way to make 4... actually, there's without at least one of these. This 5 can no longer accept this piece. This 5 cannot accept that piece. So the 3, there's a couple ways you can make it. This 3 cannot be made without this dark cell, means this must be a light cell. We've now completed it. We've now completed these. This 5 is complete, and the 4 is done as well. Nice puzzle. Okay, so... buddy, where is the green one? What if it's like hidden behind here or something? Yeah. Is this a maze I've done? It is not a maze I've done, so we're going to make it a maze that I've done. It doesn't look to be all that complicated, just from this little quick thing here. Only reason it's supposedly going to take some time is because it's got multiple layers, but we're going to be done with it in any minute now. Man, after the last couple of mazes I've done, that was really not that interesting. Is this one? That one's a completed maze. We got a ring here. Should have probably paid more attention to the rings, because they're the hidden objects I've done the least. So 6. 1. Don't make 4 in a row. Ah, so we can't have a white cell on either end of these. They both have to be dark, otherwise we'll have 4 in a row. We also can't have the white cell here because it'll make 5 in a row. So this is the only way to make 6. That's it. So we gotta block it this way. Now the only way to make 5 with 6 pieces is going to require us to do this. We can't have pieces here, but either one of these could be a light cell. We're not totally sure. Only way to make 4 in 5 spaces is like so. 3 has to be done. The 4 can't be 4 in a row, so these both can't be light. It's got to be a dark cell in there somewhere. This can't be. Well, now the 4 is complete. So, let's see. This 4... Ah, we can't make 4 in a row, so we do have to block it off this way. No 4 in a row. That's done. No 4 in a row. Oh, this is done. So that is done, and there you go. Interesting. That one wasn't my favorite, but it was... I think it's a good puzzle, it wasn't my favorite. Oh, wait, hold on. We've got 3 separate matchbox puzzles here. Well, this one belongs here. So we've got 2 separate matchbox puzzles here. Puzzle radar. Let me solve stuff in this immediate vicinity so I don't get bothered by them. That's that. There we go. That belongs over here. Yep. So now the question is, where does this piece go? Does it go beyond this side? It does. Alright, that takes care of the stuff immediately around me. Let's get that out of the way. So once again, I'm looking for pattern grid. That is a very important one to find because there's only one. Hidden pentat is nice, but I feel like I'll see those from far away. There's just a ton of these. Sentinel stones would be nice too. Flow orb is definitely important, as are glide rings. These I'll just kind of stumble on, maybe match threes. Yeah, kind of, I guess with how few there are. Pattern grids and match threes. There's only 1 and 2 of those respectively. So if I'm able to see them at all, but there's so many. Oh my gosh, look at how much there is here. Loads of this, of course, being hidden object puzzles. Ooh, hidden cubes in Lucent Waters. Woo! Actually, that's good, but I'm not seeing immediately the things I'm looking for, but that's okay, because there's just so much I'm, like, confused by the sheer amount of things. What is going on here? Thank you. Yeah, the game's movement system is not amazing. Keep moving. I guess I'll grab these hidden cubes. Can I get it from down here, or do I gotta jump up the air? I think I gotta jump up in the air for that. Wait, where's the rift to jump up in the air from? Well, I'm gonna have to find another... Oh, there's a cube right here somewhere. There it is. Gotta grab the cube that's here. Right. I'll take this. Exactly 1 symbol per light area. Dark region severity of 4, so that's gotta be light. Like, these could be light. Nothing says that there's no light regions there for, because that's this. That's got to be dark, which means no matter what, or light, sorry, that means this does have to be dark. This has to attach to something. 1 symbol per light area. The only thing it can attach to is this. So now... can't do this. Hold on, this doesn't make sense. Let's go back. Dark regions are area 4, meaning these can't be dark regions. Now, 1 symbol per light area, this has to attach to a light area. What's the only... or this has to attach to a symbol. The only symbol it can reach this one, but now the 2 can't go anywhere. So it does have to reach this guy. But now this dark region is to area 4. It has to be here. So this doesn't work, and that doesn't work. Am I misreading this? 1 symbol per light area. Dark regions of area 4, so this can't be dark. Well, then that doesn't work either. If I made this a light area, I could do it this way, because I'm an idiot. I could do that. Make this a light area, and I can't make that a light area. Can't make that a dark area either. What if I did it this way? I can't do it that way either. This has to be light. So if this were attached here, there's nothing I can do with that. This seems to be the only way to do it. But now there's no way I can do it. Am I missing something here? 1 symbol per light area. This doesn't work. This is the closest thing to... well, no, this has to be... yeah, this can't be light because this has to be light. So again, this is the one that this attaches to. But, like, this doesn't work. If we do it... but then what's this attached to? What symbol is this? Because I can do this. But then this too doesn't work because I'd have to block. say if I blocked that off here. No, this doesn't work either. I'm obviously misreading something here. I'm obviously not connecting the dots on something obvious. If I were to move this over here, we would have to make this happen. But now this can't connect to any symbol. So doing this has to be light and dark. This can't be light, this has to be dark. Now, let's suppose I blocked it here. Well, we can't do that, so this can't connect to the 3. If the 3 moves up around this way, let's say, then the 4 has to be here, and now what do we do? Yeah. Is this it? There, that's it. I don't know why I was misreading that so much. That was just weird. Alright. We got some more fractals we can hit. Are these both solved? This one is not. So... what I've discovered as well with amorphic fractals, I don't think the solutions are predetermined. I think there are, like, however many fractals there are in the game, those fractals are always the same, but the solution is randomly determined from the places that the fractal can go to. And so, like, if I were to reload this game and this fractal still existed, the solution wouldn't look like this. It would be something else. Which is why some of the fractals have impossible or really stupid solutions, because it happens to randomly choose a section that's very hard to see. It feels like we're something... how do I make the squarish thing happen? Like, I need this to be gone, so it's got to be something with that section not existing. But everything that brings pieces in the center starts adding stuff on there that shouldn't exist. Like, here is good, and then... I don't get it. I also can't seem to make the square in the center. There we go, that's the square in the center. Okay. How about this one? This one's also not done. I think these are the two I need to find. Okay. Now I need this to have... sure, why not? Let's just... oh, there's actually 4 morphic fractals in this world today, so I've done half of the ones that are available. Alright, the 7's gonna come out, so that's the 4. The 6 has to touch here. 1 symbol per area, that's always good to know. These all have to escape. This 3 can't ever touch this space, because then what's the 6 gonna do? So that's gotta be blocked off. The 6 has to escape here. I know you've completed that. This 3 is complete. This 3 must go down. The 9 is not quite complete, but it does have to touch this space no matter what. The 7's going to come out this way, and that 7 is now complete. So is that. The 3 could go down, or could go... the 6 can only move 1 more space here. It blocks that off, so this does in fact have to be the answer. That's that. Okay, goodbye. Well, I did find a sentinel stone. That's always good. It could belong to that world, but I don't know. The puzzles on this island are kind of can't make up their mind what world they belong to. Now that one is Autumn Falls. Okay, so we got a matchbox here. I would imagine any red box I see on this island is going to be the one that matches with that. I'm not really capable of envisioning a world where there's 2 separate matchboxes here. 4 boxes total, and I can only find one of them. This is interesting. Where would it be? Doesn't seem to be at the edge of the world. I don't see it in a tree. It's not off the edge of the world, is it? It's not on another island, like it's attached to that island. Yeah, it's not like off the edge. Also, if it was off the edge, where would I stand to get a good look at it? If it was supposed to be like up there somewhere, you'd think I'd see it. That's kind of frustrating. What if I jump really high? Well, now I'm just really high. That is it. Cool. I'm hearing... Okay, I'm hearing the auroral. I'm not hearing a cube. Good to know. It could be that the stuff I'm looking for is more up at the top area of this world, because I haven't been there in a bit. So let's head that way. And pick up some sparks while I'm at it. So... these aren't great. These are terrible quests. I'm not going to accept them. Wait, hold on. That is a completed and also doesn't belong to Autumn Falls. Is this one done? This one's not done. Oh, hey, there's one of the hidden pentats. The only move is down. If I move down again, we create an impossible to solve hole. So this has to move. Now there's a dead end, so we have to move this way. I could move left, but then we create an impossible... If I move left, I can't move left again. I'd have to move down, which would mean I'd have to find some way into this space, and I would not be able to surround or go around this corner. So we do have to move down from here, which means we're going to have to move right, and we're going to have to just go around this way. That's it. And there's a sightseer we can grab. With... Okay, so it is looking up at that. So I just got to find the red tree to look up through, which looks like it's going to be in here. Wait, hold on. No, because I have to be under, like, down this and looking up at the tree. Wait, what? Is there another red tree? Is it this one? No, hold on. I see 2 red trees, so I've got to be in front of like a ridge of some kind looking up. This is not my favorite type of sightseer. Even though I do kind of see landmarks, it's just very noisy. It looks like it's this tree, right? Could it be another one? But it's got to be in front of rocks. I've got to be able to look up through the tree at that being obscured by multiple red trees. This has a rock, but the tree isn't on the rock. Am I? Yeah, I'm looking at that. Maybe I'm more head-on that way, like this, but then I gotta figure out what tree I could possibly... Maybe it's this tree, and I'm down here? No. Because now I gotta see... I'm not low down enough. Maybe it's this tree? My view isn't this obscured, and I think I'm further back. But like the angle that I'm facing this thing, see this pillar here and that pillar here, it seems to be I'm facing just directly toward it, right? So, like, this is directly toward it, but it's far too obscured. So, this side somewhere? So I would think maybe through the trees here? I really don't like this. Like, sightseers are definitely too easy if it's just one really obvious landmark, but the sheer amount of noise in this picture really makes it hard for me to tell what I'm looking at. And I can only imagine that if you're a person with auditory processing issues at all, or not auditory, visual processing issues, I usually get those mixed up because audio visual is a thing. But if you have any of those issues, you will never ever solve this puzzle. It just will not happen. So now I'm too close. So I can see like these are, I'm too close to this. They're too big. I also need to be able to see a little better than I'm seeing. And now this being too high up, I think. I feel like I need to be lower down looking at this. Yeah, because the amount of noise makes it difficult to determine the angle that I'm supposed to see this from. So I don't feel like, oh, what's the puzzle I'm solving? It just feels like, well, let me try every last fucking inch of this place until I find an angle. Like, this angle is better? No, it's not. It's not centered enough. This is more centered, but now these are the wrong things. And making me try to rely on knowing what each individual tree is when the trees themselves aren't that important is a ridiculous ask of me. Like, that is not good design. Is it here? See, like, how would I know that this was the rock I'm supposed to be looking at? What? And it's so noisy. Like, what's the angle? Here? Hold on, it's there. Terrible puzzle. Absolutely awful. Like, it seems that the only way that developers know how to make sightseers difficult is to make the picture itself incomprehensible. Like, it's noisy. The one I saw. Either it's noisy or it's just like a flat wall and it could be anything. And neither of those choices make interesting puzzles, they just waste my time. At the same time, if you do make it an interesting view through the sightseer, it usually involves an obvious landmark that I can solve in 2 seconds, which is easy. There's nothing wrong with easy puzzles, just if you want to make it hard, what do you do? And I just don't think the designers made the right choice here. Am I looking in a tree I haven't seen yet? It could be. I could also be looking like right next to this and I just missed it. That'd be really funny. So I don't know. Maybe there's a way. Maybe there's a way to pick a landmark that's obvious, but you do it in an interesting way that makes the player have to, you know, think outside the box a little. It's got to be in a tree somewhere. That's really what I'm thinking. Oh, are you kidding me? Am I? It's right here. I'm stupid. Was there something else I saw while I was doing this that I was interested in? I don't remember. But I definitely was interested in that. Anyway, enough complaining about sightseers. I don't hate them as puzzles. I just... The easy ones are fun enough, but the hard ones tend not to be very fun. Whereas, like, logic grids, hard logic grids tend to be very fun. Hard, Oh, am I gonna get all... Yeah. Hard, hidden pentads are fun for me. Like, I might say, are you kidding me when I'm done? But that's usually because I feel like an idiot because I missed something very obvious that I should have noticed. But hard sightseers just aren't fun. I just don't know how else to say it. They're just kind of meh. Alright, where I saw it. There it is. Okay, puzzle radar could be useful. Once again, pattern grid is the one thing I really want to see. I would also like to see match threes. Let's give this a shot. What do we see? Oh, it's... Pattern grid's right up there. Lucky. Look how many puzzles there are that just appear around me. In like Verdant Glen, when I do this, it's not nearly that full. So that's the pattern grid. Anything nearby I should take stock of. There's just a ton of stuff, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. There's a phasic dial under me. There's a morphic fractal over there. That's good. Okay, it looks like we got like bubbles going on. So this will be like this size bubble. Yeah. Let's get the morphic fractal for sure. I feel like how do I get less things happening? Is it? No, it feels like it's got to be somewhere in this area with barely. Oh, that time, like there's way more on the sides than I saw in the picture over there. That was really kind of misleading. All right, let's see what we got here. So yeah, obvious landmark, that helps out. Is it this bridge though? I don't think so because it's not looking toward the right building, right? So this is a more interesting way of doing the sightseer. The bridge is an obvious landmark, but it could be any bridge. There's a lot of bridges that look like this. And so if you're designing the world, you want to make essentially loads of locations that all look the same. That's how you could trip me up without irritating me, but they don't really do that. There was another sightseer here I thought I saw. Maybe I didn't. But I did see this. There we go. Where was that guy? I think it was actually further this way I wanted to go to see it. Where was it? There was a red... Ah, it's right up here. That's where it was. Got you. Yeah, I think I found really what I want to find in Autumn Falls today. So now it's just grab grab whatever other puzzles I'd like. No big deal which ones I get. Just anything I see. Two red ones. Can I get a green one from up here? It'd be really nice if that was the angle. There you go. Two there. We can also take a shot at this guy right here. Time remaining 28. Tiles remaining, not time remaining. So don't make 5 in a row. Don't. Okay, so the diagonals have to be the same color as the originals. Huh? But I can't make 5 in a row. What am I supposed to do with this? If I made this or that... Well, that's got to be that. These could all be dark. No, they can't. If I did a dark cell here, I would have to have dark cells there. So these all have to be light. So I guess that's what they're going for here. I don't know. There's no restrictions on the light cells. I just. Well, if this were a dark cell, nothing would really change. It's just if these are dark cells, they all have to be. And if they're light cells, they all have to be. I see what we got. We gotta do that. We can't do this. Now, if we make a dark cell, this has to be a light cell. In fact, all of these now have to be light cells. Okay. Kind of boring. Just do not like underclued grids. Oh, hey. We should probably do some glide rings when we see them. Not much of a puzzle there. Well, hold on. We got a bunch of different matchboxes here. That one goes to here. Also got... Ooh. I need to be... If I wanted to come from the bottom here, I would need to be here, and then I would need to have a 2x2, and then a 2x1 here. But how do I make a 2x1 here? I would have to come from this side, come up. I'd have to have a 2x1 here. Which is from here, right? Yeah, this is how you do it. No, this is not how you do it. Do it from here. Oh. Nice. I was expecting that one to destroy me, but it was just moderately difficult. Okay, yellow's last. Let's get blue in. Let's get red in. And then let's get yellow in. Okay, this one, blue and green, might be last. Depends on the parity. Let's get the cyan in place. Let's get the yellow in place now. And red. We just need blue and green, which are out of parity. So to fix that, I would need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now these are in parity, and we're good. Oh, this isn't though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are out of parity again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that might be. Ooh, there's something here. Cube. Ah, right there. More phasing dials is everybody's favorite thing to do. Well, let's get the green in place here, and then let's worry about... Oh, hold on, I gotta do it, like... How do I get this in parity? Well, maybe I do it this way, and then I get it in parity here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I should probably also do the day. Let me check on Lucent Waters. I haven't checked to see if this... Oh, I can grab Echo of the Mind wings. Alright, they're fine. Anyway, on the map, on Lucent Waters, if there's a type here I really want to be going for, that's almost done. There's a music grid I could do. Wandering Echoes, yes. There is a flow orb. I should definitely go there and get it. A lot of match 3s. Actually, let's head to Lucent Waters and grab a couple of those puzzle types. So match 3s, definitely. The flow orb is the most important one to me to grab while I have an opportunity. Do we just... Oh, hold on. We just have it going down this way. Yeah. Alright. I will definitely require the puzzle radar to help me out with finding... I kind of remember the flow orbs are more in this area is where I'm going to be looking from when I checked my save stats last. Pretty sure. But, yeah, having the puzzle radar will help. But I will start by looking in this area. Nope, I've done that match 3. Another pattern grid, that's always good. I think we just have that, yep. A lot of matchboxes. That's not it. Let's see. This can't connect at all. Connect all dark cells. Okay, the most amount of dark cell light cells we can put here would be 2, right? So if we have a dark cell here, these all gotta be. If this is it, all gotta be. If this is a light cell, we'd have to have 2 light cells here. It's not gonna work. So we have to do this. Let's see. This 6 must go this way, which means we have to come out here. This 6 gotta come out. This can't be a dark cell, so the 6 is done. This 5 has to go that way. Means this has to be a dark cell. This 5 is going to connect here, so that is complete, and we're good. Now, it's also possible there is one. Oh, hold on, 1 second. There is one flow orb that belongs to Lucent Waters that is in Serene Deluge as well. I know that much from looking at the map. I just don't remember which part it's in. It's like right at the edge, though. Don't make squares or checkerboards, so we gotta do this, and we can't have checkerboards. Okay. Alright. So I can cross that off my list by heading towards Serene. Okay, what's this? No, it's just markings there. By heading towards Serene Deluge and just checking the fringe edge will sort of solve for me whether or not there is a flow orb. So there's one right there. It could potentially be this one. So if I solve this guy here, 7 flow orbs. Like that. That is Lucent Waters. Yep, that's the one. Cool. So that was the most important thing for me to grab, I think, in Lucent Waters. There's only 3 left in this entire area. So let's look for match 3s, I guess. Oh, hold on. There's something here. Being taunted by all these morphic fractals, none of which I can do because all the ones that loaded in were ones I've completed. Alright, well that's that. The B has to go around, so A is going to be like this, and then B is going to be like that. Yeah, puzzle radar. So, aside from match 3, is there anything else I really should look for? Light motifs would be nice. Not that many left today. None of that. Pattern grids, there's a couple left. I got the one music grid that was here today. So, Wandering Echoes would be nice. There are a few of those. So really, match 3s is the guy. That's the one. And I see one right there. I see 2, 3. There's 3 going up this way. So let's head through and grab all 3 of those. So here's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got to break 2 4s. So I got to break it like this. I got to figure out a different way to do this. Because if I do it this way... no. Because if I were to break this here, I would have to break like so, and then I can't do anything. So I do have to figure out a way to break these early. I can't do this. What else could I possibly do? Doing this seems like a mistake. Doing this here also is. Huh. What if I bring it up? Like so. Ah, that's it. That's the way. That's how you do it. Nice puzzle. I really like how that one tricks me. That was a fun one. Then we got one coming up this way. This one's going to have to move to the right to break. That is for sure. Or I can move it to the right now. Then I got to break it. I got to break this moving upward. Because if I did this, though, I'm really screwed. Well, if I move this... No, that's not a good move. It really does have to move over. What if I move it over? No, I just gotta move that over. Because then this is gonna be... Every time I do that, we're in trouble. If I move this over and then like so, I can... Ah, that's how it's done. That's a good one, too. Here, let's follow you. Definitely want to be finding this. That's the match 3 I'm going to do, but I'm going to start by finishing this guy off. We are just doing a big old loop. Okay, back here and then to match 3 puzzle. So if I break this, I feel like I'm going to lose. What if I start by breaking this? Then I would have to break here, and then I lose. If I start with this move, however, I could potentially break here, and then... Yeah, that's actually how you do it. That's interesting. You have to make the quote-unquote wrong move at the start of that one to win. Okay, I heard cubes in here. I feel like it's going to be up the wall. I have to get up here. Yep. Was that one down there? Like I saw? That one there. Yep, it was. Alright, finding more match threes might just be a matter of wandering more of these areas, but that one's already done. Oh, cube. There it is. There could be match threes over this way as well. Who knows? Don't make squares of any kind. Connect all dark cells. So if I made a dark cell here, this would be a dark cell. That would become a square. Therefore, that's a light cell. Which means this must be dark cells. There's your light. Let's see. No squares of any kind. We've got to do that. Do we have any other spots like this? If I make this a light cell, it's fine. If I make it a dark cell, also seems to be fine. These got to be different, though. So if I were to make this a dark cell, we'd have to have light, dark. Is that going to work? Maybe. If I made this light cell... If I made this a light cell, we'd have dark, light, which would trap the dark. Therefore, this is a dark cell. And we have to do this. The dark cells are going to have to come through here somehow. And through there. We could just bring it around this way. Yeah. Nice. That's a cool puzzle. Not much happening in here. That's fine. Light and dark, who cares? No dominoes. Don't make those. Connect all light cells. Okay. Any squares? That's a square pattern. That's a square pattern. That's a square pattern. That's a square pattern. Connecting light cells requires me to do this and that. That's square. Gotta do that. Gotta bring those around. And then that's that. Cool. Mind wandered for a second there. How about a good old sightseer? Okay, I'm looking up at this temple from down here. I believe I'm looking at these puzzles with those stars, but I gotta figure out exactly what the angle is. Right? Right? I've got to be able to see... Okay, I've got to be able to see a puzzle with 4 pips, right? That puzzle. That one is far to my left. And then I got to be able to see the other one. Is it further back? Just a little bit. There. Don't make white squares. Connect all dark regions of area 2. So these can't connect, therefore that has to come out like so. That can't be. That's corner rule. Corner rule. Alright. This could... Let's see. I don't know which direction this goes. It could go both directions. This actually would cause a problem? No, it wouldn't. This can't happen. Dark regions of area 2. What else can I glean from that? If I brought this piece out, we would have to have that, which is fine. If I brought this piece out, it would be fine as well. Am I missing something? As to, like, what is the move to do? If I make this move, Well, if I do this, we have our pathway up and around. I could block the bottom one. If I did both of these, right? This is fine. Like, I don't really have any problems with this. No, I'm fine. This is totally workable. No, it isn't. So I guess that means we gotta block it, so we gotta come up through the top. But that just still doesn't tell me which one is which. If I blocked this one in here, hold on. We would still have this issue. This would have to go down to avoid a square. Like, I would have to do that. So yeah, no. I guess if I make this go, I have to also bring that out. So if I block this one, that's going to give me the correct answer. Which means this does have to come through here. It's going to be blocked. And now this is how that's blocked. One of those two has got to be a dark cell, so that's how that's done. Okay, I don't feel like I had to just make a guess and then go with it. I'm not sure if there was a better way to do that. There has to be. I just didn't notice it. I've probably been playing this video game too long. I should probably put it down so my brain can rest, because I am starting to feel a little bit foggy up there. Like, I don't really have much left in me for solving puzzles. It's right there. Was there any other puzzle typing? Oh, I can get this. I got enough of these to just grab the final thing. Trail length. Is that like walking trail length? No, it's... If it is, I can't see my walking trail length. So what's the point of trail length? I mean, there's still puzzles here, like in this that I've gotten. Apparently, there's 3 more floor ups and 7 more of these, but I don't have to get any more puzzles there to win anything. So I think I've got to be down right around here to get this guy. I've got to be looking through. Oh, can I get any further back, or I just blocked or something? Ah! There we go. Alright, let me do this puzzle and then take a break. And by take a break, I mean stop playing. Okay, the A clearly doesn't need to go anywhere. These can't connect. B does have to come out. That's done. The D has to go here. And then C, I believe, is free to move everywhere else. Cool. That is all, folks. I did find what I was looking for today, so I'm happy about that. I'm gonna... What's this? Oh, that's just the ring thing. Actually, there's a ring here I can grab. That's all I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go rest my brain, because I'm kind of unable to form regular sentences. So thanks for watching. I will be back some other time to keep playing more of this game. And I will see you then. Have a good one. Bye.